And we all fall silent.
Yeah, well, we all know what the fox says as well.
Well, it's nice to be doing this, not having just rolled in from work and feeling absolutely fucking shattered.
There is daylight in this room.
They're insanely early.
I've had to shut my daylight out because, as you can see, the blind behind me, you can see
right behind you.
The sunlight glowing like a fucking nuclear blast.
But
you wouldn't be able to see me if I had that blind, so I've got lights on.
the listeners wouldn't be able to see, though.
Listeners won't be able to see, but then you wouldn't really be able to see me, so it'll be a bit...
Well, he didn't mean to ask you to open the... No, I'm joking.
So I got to work yesterday morning, and I was just peeling my first carrot, and then my deputy manager came in and said, "We might have to close the nursery because of the extreme weather warning. So don't do anything." So I sat around for half an hour, and then she was like, "Yeah, you can go home." So I came home, and then about 2 hours later I got a message from my manager saying, "Oh, the nursery is reopened, so you've got to come back into work." And I was like, I'm just going to turn my phone off and sit down on the sofa and not do that at all.
Yeah, sent home is sent home. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your problem. They've changed their mind.
Yeah, I'd also just smoked like 2 joints as well, so I was like, fucking going nowhere.
And also, you know what their agenda is, and certainly your personal safety probably isn't high on their agenda.
It was a red warning. You shouldn't have gone out anyway. So
yeah, it sounded like a bunch of parents weren't bringing their kids in anyway, and then a few had already turned up and been turned away. And some of the nursery staff stayed there to catch up on paperwork or whatever, but there was nothing for me to do. I keep on top of the kitchen, so if there's no cooking to do, so yeah, they were like, "Go home," and I was like, "Fucking sweet! I'm gonna go home and sit down and chill."
I also had a fun windy work story yesterday. Tonight I've got a show at our kind of smaller sister venue, for which I needed to borrow some sound gear, sort of for PA and stuff, and completely forgetting that there's this whole red weather warning thing. I went over to work, and I pulled up in the loading bay, and I went to walk in the back door, and I opened the back door, and the alarm went off. And I was like, the fuck? Why is the alarm going off? And it turned out that all the office staff had decided that, because red weather warning and all that sort of stuff, they were all going to work from home for the day, which I get. They didn't bother telling me because I'd been on leave all week, and some idiot forgot to lock the door. So I then spent an hour having to run around trying to find my keys to turn it off again, and then having to phone the alarm people and be like, "Yeah, someone's a fucking idiot. Please don't send the police around." Right. Welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 Side, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I'm your games master for this game and for many others. And I am joined by Stu.
Hello.
I'm joined by Neil.
Hello.
I'm joined by Darren.
Hello.
And I'm joined by Amy.
hello.
Good morning, folks. It pleases me greatly to say that to you.
Yes, morning.
Everybody's faces looks a little different though. It's so early.
I got an early night. I had some semi-decent kip. I had a good feed, and then went to bed last night. It was great. I had pie and mash. I haven't had pie and mash for ages. Bloody lovely.
Nice.
Good.
I spent the evening being scared.
You squealed.
Yes, I did.
You squealed at the We had the Devour and Phasmophobia going on last night.
So you guys still streaming that?
Yeah, every Friday. Well, almost every Friday. Every
Most
Friday
Fridays.
we can, yeah. Most
How's it-
Fridays, that's the shorthand, yes.
How's it all going? As someone who has a lot of ignorance about these kind of games, have you finished it? Have you completed it? Is that a thing you can do?
But there are various challenges that you can do. We've completed some. We've kind of absolutely nailed some of them, but they're easy now. Some of them are insanely difficult. There doesn't seem to be a middle ground, does there, Amy?
No, it's either, oh, this is fine, we can handle this, or no, everything's on fire and we're all going to die. So, but yeah, it's a good fun games. Yeah.
What was that? There used to be posters up around London for this attraction, and it would say, "It's an indoor city run by kids." And on the poster, you can see the picture. It's on fire. Some of them are firemen, some of them are ambulance drivers, a lot of them are victims. But yeah, that's the city run by kids, and it's on fire. Which is what would happen, isn't it?
It's kind of what is happening. We have a city run by children, and it's on fire.
Yeah.
So there's
The whole country's on fire.
Yes.
Just looking at your camera, Darren. Have you been playing Horizon?
No, I picked it up this morning.
Nice.
I just got to about 9:15, and I was looking at my little stack of games, and I finished a few of them. And I thought, I really want to play the new Horizon, so I nipped to game and did a trade-in, and got a good trade-in amount, so I grabbed Horizon, and it's just installing at the minute. That's going to be my Saturday afternoon.
Done with this.
That and
amazing.
Sifu. I picked up Sifu the other day, which is great, but really, really frustrating.
What is Sifu? Like, I keep seeing like screenshots of it online. I don't really get it.
It's a beat 'em up, you know.
Okay.
You go through different levels. It's really hard. Every time you die, you get a little bit older. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, but it's very frustrating. It's one of those games where you're like, I'm gonna turn this off now, because if I don't, I'm gonna launch
I'll
my
break
pad at the
something,
wall.
yeah. Fair enough. This is fun, honest.
It is
that kind
until
of game.
it's not.
That kind of game.
Yes.
And then
What
it's,
to
and then
do
it's
for
really not.
relaxation?
I'm trying to relax.
And when you do get into Horizon, let me know what you think of it. And it's one that's on my list for when I'm finally done with Ghost and then with Returnal after.
I'm still playing Ghost as well, because I made a start on the Iki Island stuff, the DLC.
Oh, Iki Island is so good, man. It's such a step up in terms of challenge, and it's a really good little additional story
I'm
to
really
it.
enjoying it, and I've hit it on, like, I'm already on Game Plus mode, so I've already played through once, but not done the Iki Island stuff. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
but I played the hell out of Returnal, so I got rid of that today because it's such a good game. But I got it and just hammered the shit out of it. And so I was like, yeah, I'm done with it now. It's time to go.
do something else. Play something else.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, with Iki Island on Ghost of Tsushima, I am being completely unironic when I say this. The absolute best thing that they have added is cats. They have added cats in the Iki Island update, and cats are just gorgeous. Like I want 6 of them.
Yeah.
I was half tempted to take it back because you can't stab the monkeys.
And then you realise that you can't return DLC. Like,
Yeah. So it's all a scam.
I've got to ask though, Darren, what is your beef with monkeys? Who hurt you in a monkey
I
related
really
fashion?
like monkeys, but it's a video game and I want to be able to stab all the things.
You really like monkeys just barbecued.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I had a segue and I've lost it. Bollocks. Never mind.
Speaking of barbecues,
Speaking
Let's
of
quit
barbecues.
monkeying around.
There we go.
Too much monkey business. Actually, yeah, but it's time for monkey business, isn't it? That's what we're up about.
Is
Oh,
so
yeah.
kind of in that vein. I want to try something today, folks. Sort of based on an intro we had a couple of weeks ago, which I actually thought ended up working quite nicely. Rather than me giving a big blow-by-blow recap of everything that happened, why don't you guys tell us what happened last time together?
Our team's being run by children and it's all on fire.
Well,
we got put in a cell.
We got banged up by Lord Igorin because we were trying to
Otto
reason
tried
with
to
him.
seduce him.
I tried to seduce him, and he could see what I was doing because I didn't give it
so
a go.
charming.
What could go wrong with trying to charm someone? And we all ended up manacled in a cell in prison. But we've is it Della who's managed to pick a lock? You managed to pick a lock and get Brother Amos free. And as soon as the guards turned up, Brother Amos has fucking beat the shit out of him. Well, we beat the shit out of both of them, but Brother Amos has done what ended with a spectacular shin kicking. That with a cry, brilliantly rendered cry of sufficient. He went down. But we're still tangling with the second one. I think we'll make short work of him.
We also met Clovis.
We did.
We met Clovis. Clovis Cotton.
Clovis Cotton.
And another person whose name we don't have as yet, but we suspect, Alwyn at least suspects maybe one of the people we're there to rescue. I mean, with the rescue party, we're locked up, great job. But at least we're consistent.
You didn't get captured. It's unconventional infiltration. So that's what it is.
Well, it's all part of the plan. We just don't know what that plan is yet.
Stu's not kidding himself.
It's all part of the plan, but the plan has been devised by literal monkeys and is being led by a blind dog. That kind of thing.
I'm
Very
so mean
much
to
like
Chardonnay.
the Conservatives. Yeah.
Is Chardonnay still out for the count?
No, Chardonnay is
She's
awake.
All
manacled.
right.
Is awake, but is manacled.
I am still manacled. Amos is free.
I'm manacled.
Amos is the only person who is currently completely free.
And we got one guard down, which is good. Is that was the guard with the key by the door, right?
Yes.
It was the chap in the doorway with the keys.
And we've got the other guard cornered.
We have, but they have bells.
They have bells.
Because you remember when Alwyn hit one over the head with the bucket?
Did he
Dom
ring?
did say it jangles his bell a little bit.
No. I want to correct you there, Stu. I said it rang his bell, as in you hit him on the helmet and it went clang.
Oh,
No, right.
I took that as a literal like.
Oh no.
It set a bell because I mean it wouldn't be uncommon for guards to have bells. As
I mean they do also have bells now. I've decided they now also have bells.
I thought he'd actually been turned on and excited by the experience. Because there's that song, isn't there? You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. That's. I'm
going to say.
Maybe they just don't like people knocking on the door.
I'm sure she's not meaning you can whack me round the head with a bucket.
I'm going to say, Neil, with all the love and respect in the world, you would.
Yes, I would. And
In
Alwyn
every sense of the word.
one other important thing for me, Alwyn Templeton has got a stinky finger.
I am not going to ask.
Yes, you have,
how.
because it got stuck in a ring that you.
Oh,
finger.
yes.
Oh yeah, the.
I'm sorry. Are you
evil
saying something?
cursed ring.
Phil, are you reading double entendres into what I'm saying? Got his finger stuck in a ring and it's now stinky.
We're so used to the single entendres that.
I am surrounded by degenerates. I don't feel so bad for locking you up in an ice dungeon now.
Yeah.
Shall we get back into it, folks?
Yeah.
All right then. So unless there's anything else anybody wants to add to that fantastic recap, I might like to say, we will jump straight back in, and kind of as we bring ourselves back in, we've just finished Brother Amos's turn, which brings us round to Della in the initiative order. So just to remind you where you are. The kind of small cage cell that you're in is it's about 30 feet long and sort of 15 feet deep. Della, you and Otto are kind of against the back wall with one of these guards in front of you. You see kind of a little way off to your right, Alwyn and Chardonnay are also against the wall, and Amos is kind of standing near the door to the cage, having just felled one of the winter guard. So, Della, what would you like to do?
Okay, right, I am going to square up to this guard. I am going to point to his fallen friend over there, and I'm going to say, "You see your friend there? He didn't last too long. Now put your weapon down. We want to talk."
Make an intimidation roll, Della.
Yeah, I'll be little short, Della. Put my head really high, looking down my nose. 12.
Or I can tell you, Della, 12 is not a success. He sort of sees you shouting this at him. Just almost seems to completely ignore you as you do so, Della. Just seems to be getting ready to strike one of you at least very shortly. You've got 2 actions left.
Oh, going to ignore me? Alright, I'm going to stab him in the shin. I think I've still got a dagger in my hand from pulling one before. I think it stays in my hand until I have it. Ooh.
Yes, it unless you let go of it, it stays perpetually.
Cool. I will take a swing. And I rolled even worse. 16.
16. I'm afraid a 16 is going to miss, Della.
Oh my god, I'm really showing myself up now. After that little show of bravado.
None of us are at our best.
It's the worst thing. It is just the worst thing when like the dice don't match up with trash talk.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna
go on, Amy.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing one more time then.
Swing once more.
Yeah. Oh. So that's 25 minus 5, 20.
Oh, 25 minus 5 for 20, I can tell you, is just enough to hit, Della.
Yes! I'm going to prove my point. Is he flat-footed to me?
He is not, sadly.
Oh, sad.
So do more.
D4.
So as a rogue, that means you only get about 10 dice.
Yeah. No, I just get 1 D4, right?
Yes, D4 on a dagger.
Yeah, but it's a good thing I rolled a 4.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Stick him in the
Fill my
kidneys.
wrath.
There we go. Excellent stuff. That is Della all done as you sort of stick it through the ribs. Alwyn, we're round to you.
Okay. So, isn't Della like quite badly hurt at the moment? I seem to recall.
I'm very badly hurt.
So the first thing I would like to do is move up next to Della.
So the way the room is laid out, Alwyn, you can't get to Della without going kind of all the way around everyone and past the officer.
Okay. Are you saying it's going to take me 2 moves, or are you saying
that
there's
take
a potential attack of opportunity?
I'm saying there is a potential attack of opportunity.
I will take that risk.
All right, okay. Otherwise, it's just the one action to get round to Della, and indeed, kind of as you start moving around, this officer does lash out at you with their flail. It's a good roll. That's 18 die for 26, Alwyn.
26 is a hit.
Okay, 26 is a hit. Okay, good damage roll as well. Oh, started off rolling excellently tonight. Quite like this.
No.
That's 12 points of piercing damage, Alwyn, as the flail kind of wraps into you. Sort of
Alwyn
clocks you
can
in the
take
face.
it. Alwyn
Oh,
can take-
actually,
Yeah.
that reminds me. Now that you are aware of this, kind of as this flail hits you, Alwyn, you feel a throb in your cursed finger, and you take an additional 4 points of damage.
Oh, joy.
And I just want to point out that it has been doing that the entire time since you got it.
Oh, absolute joy. Right. Okay.
But it's
Ow.
more. So yeah, now you're suddenly aware of this. You feel the barbs in this ring kind of just sink deeper into your finger for just a second, and you feel more of your essence ebb away as it does so.
Okay.
But it is still your turn. You've got 2 actions left.
Oh, handy to know. But I'm now next to Della at least. I will use Lay on Hands on Della.
Okay.
Della, you get back 18 hit points.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
You also get a +2 status bonus to your AC for 1 round.
Cool.
Okay. Anything else, Alwyn? I think I have 1 action left.
Last action, I want to wallop the guard with the bucket.
Yeah. Roll your
Yeah. This is my bucket.
Yes, I'll make my roll. Why is Pathfinder not giving me any dice in the box? Let me try that again. Pathfinder seems to have a problem. Great.
Here we go. Technology is fantastic when it works.
Isn't it though? Nope, just tried the 3 dice. Let me roll an actual dice. Oh, 19 on the die. That's going to be 32.
32. So you do take a penalty to that, as it's an improvised weapon, which brings you to a total of 30, which is a critical hit, Alwyn.
Yay! Bucket smash.
Do buckets have any special?
I'm going to
They
say
carry
Bludgeoning?
liquids.
I'm going to say they don't. I'm afraid.
No, fair enough. Do I get a crit card? Oh no, it wasn't a 20. No.
Wasn't quite a 20, sadly.
It wasn't a 20. Let's do the damage though. That's 4 on the die. That's 5. That's 10 points of damage.
Do you know what? I will do something a bit fun, given that it is a bucket filled with ice. On the crit there, Alwyn, you can have an extra D4 cold damage. That's not double.
Oh, right. Oh, 1.
Yay! Every little bit counts.
There we go. 11 points of damage there, Alwyn. That's your turn, I think, isn't it? Move, lay on hands, wallop in the bucket. Very nice.
Yeah, I like to think that it is a productive old turn there.
That's
Better
pretty
than mine.
productive. It's pretty productive. And speaking of productive turns, I hope that my monster has one now. It is his turn. So, what is he going to do? Not in a great spot. At the same time, not do much of this. Oh, actually, I know exactly what it's going to do. You see, as Alwyn, as you kind of come around the side, administer to Della's wounds, and then clock this guy around the helmet with the bucket. There is a moment of clarity as he realizes this, and he starts sort of edging towards the door of the cell, almost in like a fighting retreat. The first thing he's going to do is he's going to attack you, Alwyn, with the flail. That's 27 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that's a hit.
Hits. That's only 8 points of damage from the flail, plus another 4 from the ring.
So 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. He's going to take a second attack. Yeah, he's going to take a second attack at you, Alwyn. That's not so good. That is a 15 to hit.
Yeah, no, that doesn't come close.
Okay, and kind of just as he takes these 2 swings with the flail, he backs away from you, Alwyn, moves past you, Brother Amos, gets to the door of the cell, and manages to get outside of it. Hasn't sort of managed to run off completely yet or close the door or anything, but he is now on the other side of the cage door. Otto, it's your turn.
Well, I was going to try this as an experiment because I'd never done it before, but now it's pretty much the only thing I can do. And the best thing to do, I'm going to hit him with hideous laughter.
Ooh, talk to me about hideous laughter.
It is a somatic verbal spell, range of 30 feet, targets one living creature. The creature has to throw a will save. It is of sustained duration. The target is overtaken with uncontrollable laughter. It must attempt a will save. Critical success, target is unaffected. Success, the target is plagued with uncontrollable laughter. It can't use reactions. Failure, the target is slowed 1 and can't use reactions. Critical failure, the target falls prone and can't use actions or reactions for 1 round. It then suffers the failure effects.
Okay.
So I think that's the best thing to do in this instance.
Pretty fucking gnarly.
Need a flat check first of all. Then.
Yes, we have. So I can tell you, I have rolled his will save. But before we find out the result of that, Otto, I need you to roll a DC 5 flat check. So just roll d20, try and get above 5. 13. My luck has changed. Despite the restrictions of the manacles and kind of having lost your first spell to this kind of restriction, you this time you managed to twist your hands in the proper way, compensating for the manacles, and the spell goes off. And as it does so, you see the magic waft across this guard's eyes, and he looks at you, Otto, and he smirks, and then he chuckles, and then he bursts out into just cacophonous laughter. And as he does so, he drops down to the ground and literally starts rolling on the floor laughing. And,
yes, finally something worked.
He rolled a natural 1 on his save there.
Oh, nice.
Didn't we want to keep him quiet though?
Well, I think that moment had passed. I didn't have
Well, at least
anything.
he's not running away.
He was out of the cell. He was about to shut the door. At least I stopped him doing that.
Yes.
Yeah, very
It's
sensible.
true. That's
Okay.
true.
I've made my contribution to this fight.
Yeah.
I'm done now.
Otto, you have 1 action left.
Is anyone urgently in need of any medical treatment? I could do a low-level heal spell.
I'm not. I'm good.
I'm okay.
They're all okay. I will do. There's nothing much I can do with 1, so I will leave it.
It's okay. Right. So at the end of Otto's turn, it is Brother Amos. So this officer, this winter guard, has come out the cell. They literally got like just beyond the doorway, and then you saw them burst into just hysterical laughter. Started rolling on the floor. What would you like to do? The door is open.
The guard's on the floor.
He's rolling on the floor laughing. He is very much flat-footed to your attacks. Should you choose to hit him.
Now, some people say you should not kick a man.
I'm
Yes,
going to
you should
stomp
not
on
kick.
him.
Yes, they say you should not kick a man when he's down. I would say that's the only time you should kick a man, when he's down. If you want to kick someone in the head, get him down to floor level first.
Right.
Yeah,
That's my
take him out.
advice.
Or spend like a really long time training your plyometrics to get the necessary spring in the air. Okay, so Brother Else, so first up you use an action to move outside the cell toward this guard rolling on the floor. Second action, what are you doing with it?
I'm going to use a flurry of blows on him whilst he's on the floor. I'm going to grab him by the throat and smack him a couple of times.
Yeah, go for make 2 attacks.
He's laughing at you.
Not so funny now.
13.
13, even with it. At this point, it's almost like his rolling around is as much of a hindrance as it is helping you. You sort of go to hit, he rolls out of the way completely without meaning to. Your fist thumps into the ice floor.
The second one was 15, so I miss again.
Oh, mate. Yep, you do. So 2 quick strikes, both of them miss. 1 action left.
I'll use my powerful fist, which is not that powerful. I get 11.
Oh, mate, there's something about, for all of Amos's bravado, this is the perfect time to kick him. You get out there, you just can't do it. Can't bring yourself to do it. You're like, oh, he looks so happy. I can't stop that. I can't break that up.
You must wipe that smile off his face, Brother Amos. It's a matter of urgency.
End of Amos's turn. It is Della.
Alright, can I get into position to get up to this guy?
You can. What's your movement speed?
I am on 30.
30, okay. So, yeah. Tell you what. I'm kind and saying Brother Amos moved kind of around the guard, kind of leaving space for someone to get into a good position behind him. So...
That seems like something Amos would do.
See if you can do the same if you're able.
With 25 feet, you get yourself kind of outside the door, where you can, and you're now in a position to hit this guy.
Cool. Can people get out from behind me?
Yeah, I mean you can move through your allies' spaces. The only reason Alwyn couldn't move through kind of everyone before was because you kind of all stacked up.
All right. Well, I'll have a go with a stab with my dagger. And I rolled a 20.
Yay! Deadly Della.
So that's a total of 33.
I can tell you that is a critical hit, Della.
Yay!
Roll some damage. Don't forget to add your sneak attack, and I will draw you a crit card.
Does it all get doubled?
Everything gets doubled, yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
The only things that don't get doubled is anything that a crit specifically adds, like the deadly dice.
Okay. So I rolled 3, 5, 6, 8. No, 9. So 9 times 2, 18.
18 points of damage, and on top of that, kind of Della, as you dive in with the dagger, your crit card was pinhole. So kind of as you kind of drive this dagger in Della, as you withdraw it, you make sure to give it a good twist as you do so, and just a torrent of blood comes streaming out and continues to bleed as you pull it away. It's now taking persistent bleed damage.
I told you to listen to me.
He will die laughing.
He might at this rate. I think you got an action left, have you, Bella?
Yeah, I'll give him another wallop. Why not?
Yeah. Good time.
I rolled an 18. 3, 21, 31. Minus 5, 26.
26 is another hit.
Yeah. No sneak
again,
attack.
You do get sneak attack. It's on every hit against a flat-footed opponent.
Oh, sweet. In that case, I rolled a 9.
That is 9 points of damage, and yeah, sort of this time he does indeed die laughing. Della, as you finish off this guard on the floor, and literally laughing in hysterics to the last, even right up until you bury the dagger in him one last time. Why? And eventually he goes limp to the ground. You are out of combat for the time being.
They're still in danger though.
Who gets the last laugh now?
We need to get the keys off the first one that fell. Unlock everybody.
That would be my top priority as well.
I'll loot all the pockets.
Yes, they might have some money.
Owen's focused on the keys.
But you never know, these little extra bonuses.
Yeah. Tell you what, it's nice that you guys are asking about loot. Get to give you some stuff.
Yay!
They don't have much. Between the two of them, they have that's nice. 18 silver pieces between the two of them.
And flails.
They do have flails, yes. If you like a flail.
Yeah, Alwyn will take a flail.
I suppose until you get your gear back, that's not a terrible thing to have. So a flail is a simple weapon. No, that's a lie. A flail is a martial weapon. So some of you won't be able to use them as well.
I cannot.
I could use a flail.
You two are the obvious ones to use these weapons.
But would it be better than punching?
It seemed to do a lot of damage to you.
I mean, you might as well take it.
Yeah, I'll have the flail.
Okay.
And then forget about it for several episodes.
As is our way, yes.
Actually, do you know what? I'm going to keep hold of the bucket, because the bucket... I'm better with the bucket, looking at it.
Yeah. Flails, it's a D6 damage. So I think that's actually the same as Brother Amos's fist at this point. But you can also use it. Also has the disarm, sweep, and trip traits, so you can kind of do some other things with it.
Were there any keys?
Yes, there were. So on the first Winter Guard you felled, he kind of still had the keys in his hand from where he had opened the gate. You do find that there is a heavy set ring of keys of varying sizes. A lot of them look like sort of cage keys. There are also smaller keys that look like they would fit your hand.
Alwyn's priority was the keys. And so opening manacles first of all, Chardonnay first of all, then Della, then Otto.
Sure.
And then cages, want to open Clovis's, and the other chaps.
Right,
whoever he is, the man with no name.
Yeah.
Actually, the other chap, I'm going to give him the flail.
I'm gonna, once I'm free, I'm gonna go up to near the entrance just to keep a lookout while we get everybody up and ready.
But now you are unarmed, Alwyn, are you not?
No, I've got a bucket still.
Are you going to use the bucket?
Yes, bucket's fine. Yes, better with the bucket.
Just a couple of other things that you find on these two Winter Guard. You see they are each wearing kind of a uniform and breastplate emblazoned with the insignia of the Winter Guard and White Throne. They each have a crossbow, kind of on there, which neither of them had need to use. They each have a crossbow with 20 bolts. They each have a dagger, like a small sidearm, and on top of that, and they also each were carrying steel shields, again adorned with the insignia of the Winter Guard.
Alwyn will drop his bucket. He'll
dagger.
take a dagger and a shield.
Oh, is it just the one dagger? I can take a crossbow.
Well, there's two guards, and you find that on each of them. So
Sweet.
there's two of all of these things.
Well, can I take either a breastplate or a shield?
You can take a shield for sure. Breastplate, I don't think Hotto's trained in medium armor.
Right, I'll take a shield.
So with the breastplates, if anybody does want to take one of those and put it on, that will take a little bit of time. So it's up to you.
I don't. It'll affect my dex score too much. It would be a negative for me. But Della, why are you taking a dagger when you've got your necklace? Maybe Clovis should have a dagger.
Well, mine aren't permanent.
Yes, but
So
they are
if
in
I
your hand.
lose it, but then okay, that
I'm
does
thinking
make sense.
Clovis
I guess.
doesn't have a weapon.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a thought.
No. It makes sense.
Yeah. As you release Clovis and this other human, who, as you get closer to this person in the other cell, you see, Alwyn, that they are a human male with darker skin than you've seen in Irison so far. You would estimate they are possibly, I mean, without kind of seeing them properly, Alwyn, probably guess they are either of possibly Boangi descent, maybe Rahadumi, like yourself.
Right. That's one to note for a future conversation. Maybe not now.
But yeah, so you, Alwyn, you release the other two prisoners in this kind of cell block. Clovis is very happy. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, Alwyn. Oh, you took care of them. you took care of them right good, didn't you? Well done, all of you. Well done. Right, what's the plan now? What are we doing next?
To go up and kill them all. Get our
I
stuff
don't
back.
think it's a good idea.
A killing
Yeah.
spree. I like a killing spree.
It's all the same
Need
to
get
you.
our stuff back.
Oh, you need to get your stuff, sure. But I if you want my opinion, I certainly don't want to stick around here any longer than I absolutely have to. I'll give you a hand. I have heard there is a way out somewhere on this this kind of cell level. As soon as we find that, I will be on my way. I'm sure you understand.
Yes, unfortunately, some of the stuff that we've got, we're going to need to save the world.
Right. That sounds really heavy.
It's fairly light, really, to carry. It's not, they're not big items.
Right, that's not what I... You know what, never mind. I'll tell you what. I will help you as best I can. Pathfinders would... Pathfinders probably should have an interest in whatever this saving the world it is that you're doing. So I will help you out as much as I can. However, if you're thinking of, as you say, going up there and killing them all, I would advise against that. As you know, Lord Igorin, master of this place, he is one of Elvana's sons. That might bring you the wrong kind of attention if you were to go up and off him. Maybe better just to leave. Get your stuff and leave.
Oh, if we could get the stuff and leave, yes, that's a better option. I thought we'd have to kill everyone to get our stuff.
I mean, that's always a possibility, of course, with these kind of places. But let's be optimistic,
I'm not
shall we?
against that idea.
No.
We do what we have to do, and nothing more.
Can't save the world if we're dead.
That is very, very astute of you, Alwyn. Very
Easier
astute
to
of you.
save the world if everyone else is, though.
That's true. That's the wisdom of the monks.
Right, so kind of as whilst this conversation is going on, Alwyn, you release the other prisoner, who kind of as you open the door and as you kind of unlock his manacles, he stands up and he stands up kind of rubbing his wrists and says, "Interesting. I wasn't sure what to make of you when you came down here. I thought perhaps it was a trick."
We're full of tricks. We are full of tricks. I have to give him that.
It's understandable, because, and I'll lean in and whisper this to him, because I did realise afterwards I got the password slightly wrong. But we'd been sent by Solvig.
You know Solvig? Interesting. That's good to hear. Nice to know he hasn't forgotten about us.
Oh no. Do you think your friends are dead?
Truthfully, I don't know. I've not seen them for a few days. When we came down here, we were all brought in together, all four of us. I know at the very least that Sarkoris is dead. They killed him on the first day. Got a bit mouthy. The rest of us, they've been taking us out periodically to interrogate, trying to get us to give them information on the heralds. This is one good thing about the organization being so compartmentalized. We don't know the movements or the locations of other groups. Only Solvik knows that. That's helped us, but it hasn't saved us.
Right. Okay.
So I have at least two of my comrades are still. Well, last I saw them, they were alive. I don't know where they've been taken. Can find them. I would be grateful. One of them is my sister.
Is he saying that kind of to everyone or just to? Is he saying just to?
Oh no, he's saying that to everyone.
And where do you think they've been taken?
I don't know. I don't know much about the layout of this place. Every time they took us out to talk to us, shall we say, they would basically once we were out of the cell, on the way up the stairs, they would cover our heads with bags. So I presume so we could see what was going on. If I were to guess, I would say they. I do recall that in the room where they interrogated us, they had some smaller cells. Perhaps they were in there. What purpose? I don't know.
And how long ago were they taken?
Like I say, I've been down here a few days. I last saw my sister and my other comrade. I last saw them, if I were to guess, perhaps 3 or 4 days ago.
Do you remember how many flights of stairs you went up?
Stairs, we only went up one set of stairs. I know that for certain. I'm guessing the stairs that lead down to the prison itself. I also know that what the halfling says is true. There is definitely a way out somewhere on this level. When we were brought in here, I know we weren't brought in for land. We were brought in underground, perhaps through the end.
Going to rescue these people, we need to go up a level. I maybe that might be, if we're really, really lucky, that might be where our gear is being stored as well. And then we can come back down and find our way out. What do we think?
Yeah, it's quite important that we pick up our stuff. So
You need your stuff. I understand.
Well, it's not just my stuff. Do you remember the items that the chap gave us just before the portal? That he said, we'll save the world.
Yes, we need those.
Yes.
More pressingly, amongst your stuff is also your forged papers.
Yes, and all our money, I assume.
Yes.
And my katars. I want them back.
And my axe.
And my fancy new rapier.
Yeah. Yeah. So in terms of stuff, like I wasn't too clear on this when we brought you down here. So kind of everything in your inventory was taken from you, except anything that appeared to be jewellery. So your necklace was left, Della. Alwyn, your ring, for obvious reasons, was left. You get the sense that maybe they tried to take it off and they couldn't. They just kind of left it.
And then realised it wasn't doing you any good, so they leave it on.
What about Chardonnay's barding?
Do you know what? Yes, they would. Yes, they would. You sort of look over, you see that's all been taken.
It's been taken off, right? Because I've been assuming we still had our armour because it's clothing.
Yeah, but I mean, you wear clothes under armour. Otherwise, that would be really uncomfortable.
Armour is weapon.
So yeah, so kind of weapons, armour, shields, all that sort of stuff has been taken from.
And my wand of mirror image that I haven't used yet.
Yes.
Can I just interject? I can't actually use the flail because you said martial weapon, didn't you?
Yes.
And it's monastic weaponry I can use. I got a little bit confused because they both have M in them.
I think as a monk you have proficiency with martial weapons anyway. Check.
I've been trying to have a look on archives of Nethys, but I can't see anything.
Oh no, you are correct. You are trained in simple weapons and unarmed attacks.
Well, does anybody else want it?
I can't use it.
Well, I've given one to our friend here from the Herald.
So you're trained in buckets. That's probably like some monk
I'll keep
training,
hold of it,
isn't it?
and
Buckets.
then it might come in useful for somebody else later, or I can
Or
sell
maybe,
it.
maybe Clovis can have it, and you can have that dagger back, Dana.
No?
Yeah,
If I'm
there we go.
honest, as you say this, Clovis pipes up. If I'm honest, I'm more comfortable with something like this in my hands than I am with that. Points to fail.
I agree.
Fair enough.
Just as you're having this conversation, the herald, someone's return, sort of says, "All right, so what is your plan here? Don't have much time down here. I think as soon as whoever sent those guards realizes they haven't gone back, they will send someone else to investigate. Possibly, and then after that, who knows, Lord Igorin himself might come down to see what's going on down here."
I think we go up a level. We block off the route to go up to a third level, so they can't come down. If we can create some sort of barricade, then we try and find your friends and our staff, and as soon as we've got all that, we come back down and look for this way.
I'm not so sure about the barricade. I'm not sure that could take a lot of work, and we might not find the materials. I think we would have to assume that we can't build the barricade. We can't factor that into our plans because we don't know if we have the materials.
Isn't it the servants' quarters just above us?
Well, I didn't get to see the level above us, but I think it is the server because it's the bit that's under the smelly bit, right?
Yeah,
If I remember correctly.
That's kind of that's roughly what you gleaned from your from your tour, Della. Like you had the packing floor, which was the kind of the first level with Igorin's office and all that sort of thing. Below that, you had the processing floor. Below that, you had the slave quarters. You were told you didn't actually go down there. And then below the slave quarters was where Sergeant Araska kind of realised she'd said too much, panicked a bit, and told you that there was nothing below the slave quarters.
Well, we know that's not true. So I think if it's this, well, if I was designing a dungeon and I had cells down here, I would imagine that near the stairs there's probably like some sort of guard's office. So perhaps that's our first port call.
Sounds sensible to me. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Off we go.
Yeah.
Off we go.
Right. Well, lead the way. Oh, by the way, he kind of as you turn away, he sort of catches you by the arm, Alwyn. Sort of quite a firm grip. He says, "I'm Maori. Pleased to meet you."
Maori.
Hello, Maori. I'm Alwyn. I told you that.
Mauri's wigs don't come off.
Right. So you grab whatever you can from these two guards. As you begin to kind of ascend stairs that you kind of came down here. Who is leading the way, folks?
I would like to sneakily walk forward first and keep an eye out for people coming the other way.
Yeah, sure thing.
Alwyn will follow 10 foot behind, following Della's lead.
Okay. Could I have a round of stealth checks from everybody, please? Assuming you are trying to be correct. No?
I am, for sure.
Yeah.
I rolled a 33.
A 23.
Alwyn?
9 on the dice for a dirty 20.
Very nice. Amos.
30.
30. Some very good rolls all round.
Oh, do you want one from Chardonnay?
Yes, please.
Oh,
So
skills. Here we go. Yeah, I found it.
Chardonnay's
Sorry.
if Chardonnay's not trained, it'll just be with dexterity.
17 on the die for another dirty 20.
They're very good. Good rolls all round. So it sounds like 20 was the lowest there.
Yes.
Okay. So as you begin creeping up the stairs, you kind of this carved icy staircase that leads up to the next level. You are creeping forwards, and you eventually, as you kind of twist back on yourselves, sort of going up onto the next level above. You eventually come to basically what appears to be a dead end. You can see that set into the rock and the ice in front of you. You can see that there is a small lever. Can I have a perception roll from Della?
Yes, you may. 29.
29. Okay. So as you lead the way, Della, and you see this this kind of dead end in front of you that is quite obviously a door of some kind set into rock. Before anybody do anything else, you move up to the wall and press ear to it. And as you listen, you focus your hearing, you can just about make out the muffled sound conversation between what sounds like at least two on the other side.
Frantic hand waving.
Okay. Alwyn will just stop.
I mean, when I say conversation, it sounds like these two individuals, they're not getting closer, and nor are they getting farther away. It sounds like they're stood in place, perhaps some kind of sentry.
I mean, I was just seeing Della wave around.
Yeah. There's two people there.
You need to come back a bit so you're not shouting.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, that might be a good idea. We could
Can we
take them
get-
by surprise.
Can we get around them? Can we avoid them at all?
I don't know what's behind the wall.
Alright, so we got two choices. We can open the door carefully and quietly and hopefully catch them by surprise. In which case, Della, you're probably the best one for that.
Yeah.
Or we can just fling the door open and wail on them, and yes, probably me or Amos. Probably Amos, actually.
Yes.
Would be the best for that. So which way do we want to go, do you think?
It sounds like there's just two of them. We could quickly overcome them.
I think the sneaky approach is probably the better one.
I prefer
Yeah.
sneaky
Okay.
every time. Sneaky.
Yeah. Well, sneaky.
So maybe, Amos, you can go up behind Della, so you're ready to wail on them. I'll be ready behind you. And yes, Otto, if you stay at the back, ready with your spells.
Yes, I do that. I stay at the back.
All right.
Oh, and the other two. Maybe stick behind me, between me and Otto.
Yes.
Right, we
Forgot
can.
there were two more people.
Right, we can do that.
Okay.
Right. We all know what's happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we ready?
We have an actual plan. This doesn't happen very often.
It's not much of a plan, to be fair.
It's
It's the best kind of plan.
More
Open
than
the
we
we
door,
just
normally
we
have.
just have
start
we,
kicking the shit out of people.
we have the element of surprise, but not much.
Not for long if we keep talking. All right.
Okay,
Are we ready?
go for it.
Okay. Where's this lever?
So the lever is kind of on the right hand side of this and so as Della sort of reaches up and pulls this lever, there is a click in the wall. You hear the sound of a mechanism grinding as the wall itself slides open to reveal beyond it a stone corridor, sort of very much following the MO of Lord Igorin, in that you see that it is meticulously clean, almost perhaps unsettlingly so. You don't see sort of dust or really anything. What you do see is you see that either side of the door there are two winter guard, sort of seemingly just there stood as sentries or guards or something, and directly opposite the door you see a much larger creature wearing uniform and the colours of the winter guard. You see a troll in full armour sat there, seemingly waiting for something to happen, and kind of as the door slides open and it sees you, it snarls and it begins to and you see it begins to get to its feet, picking up a club as it does so, and that is where we end for tonight.
Oh.
Tales from the 20 Side is a Fiegel Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by Nazar Ryback from hooksounds.com. Editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
Whose bright idea was it to make me go first?
Trouble in the dungeons. Thought you should know.